Hi guys, just want to share with you a little story about investment in property. In my story, in my experience only, and it's not financial advice. It's not I'm telling you what to do. It's just I'm simply sharing my thought on investing property for I don't know 15 years. So I have 3 properties, and I'm hoping that if you're thinking about buying a property, investing or living in yourself, you need to kind of know why you want to buy it and what's going to happen in the long run, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, why you're holding it for. Is that going to live for 30 years, forever? Is that your asset or is that your liability? If you purely want to make money, what is to look for? And I hope this will give you some insights that what I've been through. So the 3 properties that I have, one is that already paid for, no mortgage. It's just purely cash flow for my dad. So he's retired and he's basically relying on the 2 properties that is paid for the rent money. That is totally okay for him, and it's really a peace of mind. So looking at my dad, his own house is paid for, no mortgage, and he has 2 more property that is paid for, no mortgage, and so now he's living purely peacefully. So whatever happening in Hong Kong, he's actually not too scared, just because there's an income coming. He don't have to worry about anything money-wise. So that is the best instant cash flow. And of course, not everyone can just suddenly have a whole bunch of money, just buy off one property like in one go. And that's why the property that I'm living in right now is mortgage. I have to pay mortgage. It's in the middle of the city apartment. So that's not investment at all. And the reason I bought it because my father-in-law has to sell it and has sell it cheap for us. And again, I have to buy it because otherwise I have to. Well, we need to rent somewhere anyway, and I'm going to rent somewhere expensive in the city. I might as well pay mortgage in the city. So that's my choice. But then it's actually really expensive to live in the city apartment. So your your spending that you spend on living expenses like rent and mortgage shouldn't be more than 30% of your income or your combined income. That's ideally. However, like as you can guess, like living in a city obviously is almost like half of that income. So that's my choice. And also we have to pay for a lot of body corporate, council. There's many other money. So that's not the best ideal that you're living in. But it's my choice and I'm aware of it. Like even if it rise up the money, it's not going to make me that much money. Now the third one is my investment property in Brunswick. So I just sold it. I'm still waiting for settlement. So I'm not too sure exactly if I'm going to break even or up maybe 10 or 20 grand or down 10 or 20 grand. Not sure yet. It's still depending on the capital gain tax. So that is I have to find out actually next year to find out how much exactly I have to pay for tax. So for this one, I don't think it was the best investment for me as well because I've been holding it for 11 years and it's looking at it. I get the capital back. So at least I didn't lose money. But if I saved up deposit money that hard, I wouldn't invest in that property anymore next time because so back in the day that was just the global financial crisis in 08 and 09 and the prices dropped plummet. So if I didn't buy it, like that's the best time. So we bought it. But then after 11 years, even though the last 5-6 years we rented out and then the rent money covered the mortgage, however, we still pay about 5 grand a year for all the council and water bill and maintenance and the agent fees and all of that. So I need to factor in after all the stamp duty, the tax, capital gain tax, stamp duty tax, the rent, the real estate agent fees and all of that. Like, do I make money? So it's not the best. But of course, when you're 20 something, like just starting out, that was the property that we can afford. And also, again, I have to buy Brunswick, like, because I just not gonna buy somewhere really far, Ringwood or something for a house and land. I'm just not the person. But that will be the best choice. Like, many people buy like gift land, Sunsbury, and they go 3 times, double time, right? So that's my choice, my story, because I was living in it for the first 5 years. So I had to be close to the city and near the tram and all that. So that's my little story that I'm sharing, and hopefully that will help you think about what kind of property you want to buy, because it's expensive to get in.